basically started playing rugby when I went to the local grammar school in Pontypool, which was quite a famous one called Jones's West Monmouth Grammar School. And it wasn't like nowadays where we start playing rugby when we were about 6 years old. In those days, I didn't start playing competitive rugby until I was at the age group of under 13s, which was really the second year in grammar school. And it all started off from there. You know, it wasn't enough rugby for me, so I used to play for the year above as well. After a couple of years playing for Westmont first team, I got into the Welsh secondary schools team and played for Pontypool in my last year in school. In the end, I managed to get into the Welsh team after about 5 years, and I suppose the rest is history. Pontypool Rugby Club in 1970, when I first joined them, they weren't doing so well. We used to have a championship in Wales, which was run by the Western Mails newspaper, which basically it was an unofficial championship, and it was based on the club's playing records. All the clubs had different fixture lists, so it couldn't be done on a points basis. It was done on a percentage basis, and Pontypool were right down the bottom when I joined, and which was the first year that Ray Prosser took over as coach. And then gradually, over the next couple of years, we progressed from being the bottom club to winning the Welsh Championship, but we didn't have one international player in the team. And then 2 years later, we won it, and Pontypool players contained half the Wales pack, which included the Pontypool front row, myself, Bobby Windsor and Charlie Faulkner. And, you know, we went on for 5 really successful years for playing for Wales. We were winning Grand Slams and Triple Crowns galore in those days. The Lions, as far as I was concerned, was something that I couldn't aspire to, I suppose. That was what other people did. I used to wake up in the early hours of the morning and tune my transistor radio in to listen to the match commentary of the Lions playing in New Zealand on the 71 tour and the 66 tours. And, you know, listening and playing at famous grounds such as Carisbrooke, Lancaster Park, Eden Park, and then in South Africa there was Ellis Park and Newlands and that, and I mean that's where other people played. So the fact that I ended up getting on there was really overwhelming. Really, that 77 tour was a tremendous experience for me. It was the finest 3.5 months of my rugby life. It was tremendous. You know, I ended up playing in the 4 tests. You know, we were unfortunate in a way. We lost the series, but we had so many opportunities that were left untaken. You know, if we had taken those opportunities, who knows what would have happened. I think the journalist Bible in those days was the Rothmans Rugby Yearbook. So you know, we weren't aware of things like that. You know, I think I came out of it in the end with a few records. One thing that, but I didn't know about them for well, not at the time. It was years before I knew about some of them. You know, about playing the consecutive tests. The first test in '83, I was asked if I'd do a television interview, and I thought it was because I was picked to play in the first test, and I was one of the only 2 players who. The other one was Jeff Squire, who'd played in the test series on the 77 tour. I thought that's what it was going to be all about. And the interviewer put the mic in front of me and said, how does it feel to be playing in your 50th test? And I didn't look at it like that, you know, because we played so many caps for Wales. I had about 41, I think, for Wales, and you didn't add them to the Lions. When you look at the players who had the previous records, I mean, you had probably Willie John McBride. He played, was it 17 tests? Gareth Edwards had played 10 tests. I mean, it's really amazing, really. You know, when you think that I've got my name alongside them, it seems quite humbling, really.